Well, hi again. Welcome to my latest video. Well, in this one, I'm going to finally, because I got my 1 gig Ethernet bidirectional now installed and working, I'm finally going to install my new Ubiquiti network equipment. The first thing I'm going to show in this video, because I want to do some initial desk setup of it and make sure that it all works okay, is the Ubiquiti Cloud Gateway Fiber. Okay, I've had this open before in a previous video, so I just have to open it up again and double check to make sure I have everything straight. But in addition to that, I'm going to open something I didn't open yet, which is the U7 Pro Wall. Okay, so this is going to be my wireless access point that hopefully, based upon where I place it in my home office, it'll provide, well, let's just say it'll provide all the different versions of wireless that are currently available. The 2.4 gig, the 5 gig, and the 6 gig. Now there are pros and cons to each of those, but I probably be using all three depending on what the function is, okay? So let me go ahead and I'm going to go to the overhead and we're going to open this all up and make sure that we have everything the way we want it, okay? Okay, let's open up this gateway one more time. Well, here's the boy right here, boy or girl, depending on what you want to call it. It's a little heavier, as I might have said in the last video, than I would have expected. So I guess it's got some decent heat sinks in there. Is usually what adds to the weight. So I'll put that aside for a second. Here's the power brick. Let's see, I think it's a pretty beefy one. Let me double check this here and see what it's got. Yeah, it is. It's 57 watts, it looks like. I think it's 57 watts. Well, I guess that's needed because the actual gateway does have a port that is power over Ethernet right over here, the last of the 4 2.5 gig ports, okay? So I guess that would be needed. Yep, and there it is. It gave me a nice little, I guess what looks like little cable connecting, and this is one that could work with the lighting system on the new Ubiquiti equipment, the ether lighting. See, is that it for that? I think that's it. Let me pull this out. Anything else in here? Oh yeah, well I got a couple of stickers, it looks like. I'll have to see what those are about. I think those are the feet. Yeah, I think those are the feet that go with it. Why 2 packages? I'm not sure. But this is the thing to actually position the feet if you want to put it down on the table. Some people have indicated in other videos I've watched that they think that's for doing the mounting on the wall, but it's not. It's for properly positioning the feet. Okay, so I'll put that aside too. What comes in this little box here is, of course, a nice white power cord. That's for the brick, right? That'll go in the brick, okay. Let me go ahead and put it in there now while I remember. Okay, it's nice and level. What do we got here? I guess we got some manuals. I didn't open this up before. Let me see what this is. Probably safety and stuff like that. I don't know why I'm trying to save the package, but... Oh, it looks like a quick start guide. 1, 2, 3. At least on that side of it. What's on the other side? Oh, it's all the safety and other stuff that, as I thought it would be, okay? So I'll put this aside. I guess not. I think that's it. Yeah. No, there's nothing else in here. So I'll put that aside. And that takes care of the gateway. Let me go ahead now and take a look at the U7 Pro Wall. This has not been opened yet. Oh, I take that back. It looks like I did open it. Sorry about that. Take this tape off here. Let's get this guy out. I probably wanted to make sure it fit in the place I have in mind for it. Okay. But this is nice and shiny, shinier than the gateway top. The gateway top is just flat white. Okay, this is like a shiny white. And it has one single connector to it. I believe that's for 2.5, yeah, 2.5 gig. That's a reset little pinhole in there, and that's it. What does this got? It has, oh, this one does have mounting. Oh, look, they give you a leveler. That's good. So you make the mounting holes that you want in order to put it up on the wall. And then here's the mounting bracket. Solid metal, very strong. Probably aluminum painted. What do we have here? Screws. They give some with anchors, and they give some that are straight through. And then this is probably another little, oh, that's the little lock thing to take the side off. I was wondering about that. So if you want to open this thing up, you need a locking thing. Actually, I thought it was this thing that needed it. It probably works for both. Okay. So that's good. I was wondering if I needed to get one of those or not. Let me go ahead and open it up and double check. That over there. I'll try this one. This is what I wanted to open. So if I push this in here, yep, it unlocks it. Now I don't have the tray. I have to pay extra for that. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that or not. I may still use it just for a small one, even if I don't plan on using the Ubiquiti Protect with this unit. For two reasons I'm thinking about not using it. I've already got another system. I mean, it's not Ubiquiti, but it has served me well, and I'm used to it. Also, I don't want to slow this guy down. It has a relatively lower end processor than I would have liked, based upon the specs that I've read. So I'd like to maybe retain that extra processing power for networking, which is what this is really all about. And that just pushes back in place. Okay, so that's what that little key is for. Good. So that's everything that came with this. Well, looks like it has more safety stuff in here, probably. That's my guess. I'm going to need to borrow that key just to get it out of here, out of the bottom here. So there we go. And it comes in a nice little pack. Boy, they put a lot in packaging, that's for sure. And they give you, again, 2 steps, 1 and 2, on how to hook it up. The rest of it's a safety. Okay, so that was a wasted effort opening that up. But anyway, here are the 2 devices. And what I'll do on this video going forward after this is I'll connect them up, connect my laptop to this, and see if I can get it initially set up. I may even check to see if the wireless works. Okay, so let's move on to that. Okay, I have everything set up here now. I have my laptop sitting here. It is connected up to the UCG Gateway Fiber. Well, the Cloud Gateway Fiber, right? I have that's on port 1. On port 4, I have the U7 Pro wireless access point. And then on the first connection, the RJ45 connection, 10 gig, that's connected up indirectly, but ultimately to my existing router. So it'll be, subordinate to that as I'm doing this initial test and setup. I have the power already plugged in, but not onto the unit itself. So let me go ahead now and share the screen that I have. Okay, so now you should be seeing my screen. Let me do an IP config. Let me plug in the router now. Let's see what we get. I saw a blink on the 10 gig port. Looks like it's initializing with the U, the standard Ubiquiti, right? I have to wait till this thing gets positioned. Oh, now the laptop is actually talking to the router, to the gateway. We're still not connected with the wireless access point. We'll see what happens there in a moment. How's this going? Oh, it's starting to come up. Oh, the access point lit up. And now we're connected to the access point. Okay. Yep, so they've got 3 connections going on here. And this thing is still initializing. So we'll have to wait and see when that is done. I'll zoom ahead at this point. Whoops, now something's happening on the window back here. Unify Cloud Gateway Fiber booting. Okay, it's now in the default setup. So it wants me to assign a name. I'm going to call it PE for Doers, because that's who we are, right? So let's get rid of this. For Doers. Okay, and I'll do next. Okay, it's asking for a 6-digit validation code. Let me check my email for that. Okay, I validated my email to this account, and now it's doing a speed check. Automatically it went into speed check. Okay, I got up-down speeds about what I expect. A little bit lower than I see downstairs in the upload, but this is fine. Let me go ahead and do next. Now it's setting up Unify OS. Setup complete. Going to the dashboard. Okay, just did an IP config. We are connected up to the fiber gateway. Okay, let me go directly to the router address based upon the IT config. Let's see what we get. Okay. Advanced, came with a private connection. Continue on. And there we go. We now have to sign into our Unify. Okay, it sent me an email that I gotta answer to. I'll go get that. Okay, it looks like we're now in the actual configuration page. Let me switch to dark mode. I prefer that. It wants me to add the U7 Pro. Let me add that first. Okay, so we have the configuration. It's adopting right now, the U7 Pro. As you can see, we got a nice blue light on it coming up. Well, now it looks like it's up to it updating at this point. That's my guess. Not a lot of information, but the display shows something there. Still looks like it's uploading or adapting. I know it's going to do probably a patch update on it soon. Those are not the addresses that I'll be keeping. Just to let everybody know, I'll be switching to my own set of internal addresses that I prefer using. Just centering it out a little bit. Getting ready. I'll come back to that. Let me see if I can find the dark mode. Okay, it looks like it has now gone and configured the U7 Pro. And it is plugged into port 4 and it is PoE+. Okay. There we go, got the dark mode that I wanted now. So we should be up and running. Let's see. Let's take a look at the Wi-Fi. 2.4 gig looks like it's up. 6 gig looks like it's up. We got 2.4, we got 5, and we got 6 all up. And it shows you what bands they're using. That's good. Let me see if I see it on my phone, if I connect up to it. What is it going to be called? Okay, it's now the next day. I've had this thing running all night, the Unify Fiber Gateway. And it hasn't done a lot of things to it because there's nothing going on all night. I did run a speed test shortly after I logged on here. So what I could do is I can try that again. On the recording, they're still there. So I'll try a speed test. Now keep in mind this is going from the laptop to the Unify Fiber Gateway, connecting through 3 switches before it gets to my ISP. Because I'm in my actual studio at this point. And so far the numbers look quite well. Over 900 megabytes per second, up and down. Down is better, which is usually the case. It's usually closer than this downstairs though, but I guess all the switches in the way might add to that. Anyway, let me show you what we got here. I configured it temporarily with the information that I wanted to try and test. So here's an overview. You can see here, I can show the details of for example, my laptop. It thinks it's a desktop with the picture. There's no way for it to tell. I can also look at the iPhone that I have connected through the wireless. You can see my iPhone there. Again, any IP addresses you see here are all going to change because I'm going to redo the entire network. Just to show you that though, let me go into some of the configuration here. Let's take a look at the topology first of all. So you see my laptop. You see through the gateway up to my ISP, but what's missing here are the 3 other routers that are in between, and they're all downstairs in my editing studio. Let's see what we got here. Devices. The only Unify devices are the 2 that I have here, which is the actual gateway itself and the U7 Pro Wall, which is the wireless access point. You can see the details here of what they've been set up to and how they're running. If you're interested in doing that, we could look at the ports that have been assigned on the gateway here, Unify Fiber Gateway. I have my laptop on port 1. It's only running at 1 gig GBE. The U7 Pro is running at 2.5 gig, and the connection upstream from here to the next switch is 10 gigabits. Okay, I have a 10 gigabit run to a 10 gigabit switch that exists here in my studio, and that's all that's connected right now. This is where I can actually see all of the information related to the wireless primarily. You see the 3 bands up here and which one's getting used. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show here. And now at this point, let me show you quickly what its new home is going to be before I install it. There's been some changes to my rack structure as well. So let's take a look at that, okay? Okay, here's my existing network rack that I've shown several times. I've removed the covers from the cable management parts because it's getting torn apart. But what I did up above here is I added another 6U rack. They're connected. Actually, I have grounding wire here and everything between the 2. The bottom one is grounded already to the basement plumbing. So the whole thing is fully grounded. Up on the top here, I also have my ZOZ and the Brother USB printer, label printer, connected up to the network with that. I moved my backup servers to it, and I moved my security system up here as well. This is where I'm going to test and pre-stage some of the equipment that's going to go down below as I upgrade to my Unify setup. But I wanted to show you what it looks like at this point.